Here's a quick overview of our service. Let's begin with the concept. All you will do is offer FSBOs a free website. Why? Because it opens the door for you. You are giving them something of real value. Do you realize that FSBOs need to pay for this service from other providers, but with you it is absolutely free and there's no catches at all. Let's go to step 1. You will send FSBOs to your request website. Now we give you this request website when you become a member of the service. When a FSBO is on your request website, they simply complete the form that is on that site and they press submit. Now 3 things happen when they do. Number 1, the system gives the FSBO the website automatically. You do not need to be there. You can be shopping, golfing, or even sleeping. This is an automatic marketing service. Number 2, the system emails you to let you know that a FSBO just took a free website from you. And number 3, the system auto-deposits the FSBO's contact information into the database that you were also given with the service so that you are organized for success. Let's go to step 2. Now the FSBO will log into their free website. Remember, you do not need to be there. This is an automatic system, automatic in every way imaginable. Now the system allows the FSBO to upload pictures, write down home description information, and etc. to the website. You simply decide how you are going to follow up once a FSBO takes a free site from you. That's all your decision is in this entire process. Now we suggest you give the FSBO a call or send the FSBO an email as soon as they take a site from you, and simply ask if they need your help in any way possible. How can you help the FSBO? Well, most FSBOs will have a hard time taking pictures of their home. Maybe you can offer your help and say, look, I'll drop over to your home, make sure that the pictures are done right and that they're uploaded to the site properly so that your site looks awesome. Maybe you can drop off some buyer forms or whatever marketing material you think is necessary. Basically, you want to offer the help so that you can get your foot into that door. Step number 3, let's talk about how the FSBO will advertise. All that the FSBO does is include in his advertising that he's now spending his money on the free website address that came with the service. He will include it actually in all his advertising methods, such as newspaper, internet. Well, let's talk about internet. The FSBO can do free advertising on Kijiji.com, Craigslist.com, eBay. He can do paid advertising with Google AdWords. There's lots of opportunities for the FSBO to use the internet in advertising. And of course, he can use newspaper. He can do flyers. He can do postcards. He can do TV. He can do radio. Whatever the FSBO wants to do with that site in his advertising, he can. And also, if the FSBO has a yard sign, he can even put the website address on his yard sign. The FSBO really is in total control of his site. All you do is simply stick close to the FSBO during this whole process that of when he's trying to sell his own home on his own. And if you'll stick there and offer help throughout the process, tips and etc., guess what? You're positioning yourself for future success. Step 4, let's talk about how buyers and FSBOs come together. Remember, the FSBO is going to be advertising. When buyers read his ad or see it on the internet, they're going to be able to go online, right? And when online, they'll look at the FSBO's home and they'll notice that if they need to speak with the FSBO, there's a form there that they can fill out. That form that they can fill out will be sent by email, obviously to the FSBO. But guess what? You get a copy of that email as well, and you receive the buyer's name and email address too. Think about this. Here are FSBOs spending their money on advertising, driving buyers to their site, and you are getting the buyer contact information at the same time without having to spend 1 red cent of your own money on that advertising. Now that's a win-win situation and a major reason why you ought to get involved in this service. All you do is follow up with the buyer as you see fit. Now, the FSBO doesn't know that you're getting these buyer leads. So when a buyer lead comes in, you're going to want to say to yourself, now, how can I best follow up with this buyer lead? And just put your thinking cap on and say, well, maybe I should send him an email. And ask him by email if he wants to take a look at any of my listings. Why not do that? Let's go to step number 5. In time, 88% of FSBOs list with agents. That's the latest statistic. So if you hand off 100 free sites, 88 of those sellers are going to hire a real estate agent because they can't sell on their own. You may as well be the agent that they hire, right? This service will make that possibility more than likely to happen. Since you gave this cool service and you stuck close to the FSBO during the time they were trying to sell, you are now in the position of being able to ask for a listing appointment. As a matter of fact, most FSBOs that you are working with will simply invite you over on their own. You don't even need to ask when the time comes. Almost all FSBOs will say yes, and all you do is go into their home on a listing appointment and do your thing, do your listing presentation, right? And get the listing. So now let's do a summary. This service, it's win-win for everybody. The FSBO wins by not having to pay for a service and having a professional such as yourself helping them along the way. You win because 88% of the time the FSBO is going to end up having to list the home and you got a chance to get that listing. So it's a wow service, right? So why would the FSBO pay for something they can get from you for free? So it makes you look like the hero, you stick close by, and you get the listing. That's the summary of the service. So we suggest that you join today because the service makes sense. It makes sense from the point of view of the FSBO. They need it and they're going to get it from you for free. It makes sense because you're going to be there to help them along the way. And it makes sense for you because not only do you get the FSBO's cooperation and eventually a crack at getting the listing, you will also harvest all the buyer leads that come off all your FSBO sites. So yes, it's a win-win, and we encourage you. Join List a FSBO today.